Well, we're finally here at the end of the year. Power Fantasy covering October to December, the last part of 2024. It's been a real roller coaster. Let's get into it. See, here is the bracket for the 2024 Fantasy Battle, which seemed like it would be a fun tournament at the outset. It started well enough, notably featuring a strong performance from Akane and Noah Gripe, as well as the Hierophant's knockout victory over Neon Ferdinand for the ABT Grand Championship. Week 2 had the emergence of the other team that seemed like likely favorites. John Bobson and Ultim Ashley, the two undefeated wrestlers in Power Fantasy, were lucky enough to be united on the same side. We also had the surprise return of the Triumphant in Ellen Ellis and Vivi Sicko, performing strongly the opening match of that day of the tournament. And then the work stoppage began. For the next 3 shows, the only people on the show, the only people willing to cross the protest, started by John Bobson. The work stoppage was instigated by the bombshell revelations unveiled by Grace Castaneda and Broadcast Our Show. You can find all those allegations in one place on our channel under the video Exhibits A through F. The corruption in ABT, in the Athletic Commission, surfaced in a really real way on this show as well. When the main event was a staggered elimination match, I guess you could call it, where the Dime, the ABT Light Champion, would have to defend against one opponent and then the other. So she made her defense against Getaway Sticks using the Gatekeeper hold. And then technically the match should have gone to a time limit draw, but the match continued. The bell didn't ring, it was kept ringing, and Lockdown forced a submission on the Dime, which you can see there. But because it technically went over the 30-minute time limit, the match was reversed. It was considered a draw, and the title went back to the Dime. Oh, also, we had the PFU costume party for this Halloween, so there's at least some fun wrestling on our show this week. Through the continuation of the work stoppage, the commission demanded more ATV championship defenses, bringing his prize defense on the Hierophant against Young Nowhere, which again calls into question the complicity of the entire Athletic Commission with the Thermite Party, with the Animates, and all that. And also Trash Man won a match, isn't that weird? Anyways, the corruption culminated in the championship defense of the Thermite House Party this time, where the Megafauna and the Dirty Sprites fought for all 4 title belts: the ABT Team Championship, the Light Championship, and the Firestar Championship, all simultaneously finishing with the Thermite Party pinning the Dirty Sprites to go on the record as beating the Megafauna. However, this was the last week of the work stoppage, after the bombshell revelation of the abuse of the American Black Bear, shown here from the anniversary show at the start of the year, collapsing after his match with Non-Style. After the threat of the revelation of the evidence of the bear's deteriorated condition was made, Animates capitulated and arranged for the Power World Series to determine everything. If Team Power Fantasy won, Animates would give up their takeover plans and free the Ultramarines. But if Team Animates won, we would have to accelerate the takeover process by forcing a sale, and that would result in many of our wrestlers either becoming Animates IP or being forced to wrestle as their IP. So, these were the teams setting up the biggest Power World Series in the company's history. Our first show after the work stoppage featured a monstrous bout between Betsy Humble and Mars, as well as a bout between the teams to be competing in the Power World Series that ended with Akane getting the pinfall over Noah Gripe. We also had an interesting occurrence on PFU where the Hierophant, who was contractually obligated to make 1 appearance on PFU this year, their match with Tom Ryder got so contested, so heated, they went outside the ring to brawl it out, and Hierophant landed a tombstone on the floor, but failed to make it back inside the ring, and so that match set a draw on the Hierophant's record, as well as Tom Ryder's, thus knocking them both out of AA World contention as a heads up for how that's going to go. This could set up a rematch in the future since that's not a conclusive enough victory, but only time will tell. This show, our last prior to SPF 18, was centered around the three bouts for the ABT Team Pyramid. In the first cocksure, who gained pyramid spacing during the work stoppage with a win over Steve Austin Sicko, kept that advantage. The Funhouse was sort of bizarre insult by Marcos, who started doing a spinning brainbuster similar to Dr. Psycho Lover's own finish, the Waste Matter Death Spiral, only to get submitted by RB Manhole. And in our main event, the ex-champs of Rugby Alcohol and the Jackalope Kid took it to pin rest for what was ostensibly the number one contenders match come anniversary time, holding off pin rest in a heated contest. And our year brought us here to SPF 18, the gateway of the annihilation of Power Family. The first half of the show features 4 title bouts and 2 title changes. The Hierophant beat Mistake to set the all-time defense record of an APT championship at 10. Mars dethroned Betsy Hubble in a chaotic and violent bout. The Thermite Party put the Dirty Sprites down again, but this time without Thermite Party. Good spacing with the crossbody near the referee position. And Gloria Gold shocked the world by jumping ship from GPW to Power Fantasy and taking up the Dimes Open Challenge to win the ABT Light Championship. And then it was time for the Power World Series. Rio Russell won a violent martial arts match with Mon Solomon to put Animates up 1-0. Bone and Me in turn dispatched El Hijo del Dinosaurio to even the score. And Luxury Levy scored the biggest win of her career by putting the former ABT Light Champions Tom Ryder's his shoulders down to the mat for 3 seconds to put us ahead, only for Noah Gripe spurned by John Bobson, forgetting he wasn't part of pin rest during the team draft to get the win back from Akane. Bobson and Mashley were the captains. They couldn't draft pin rest or Ultramarines respectively. But John Bobson did end up saving the day for Power Fantasy, pinning Ultra Mashley with the Capo kick. Ironically, the same Capo kick caught to him by Phoebe Keto when it was his loss to her last year that caused him to spend this year working on himself. And that same loss and that same drive drove Noah from pin rest while pin rest floundered. While that drive to succeed had a cost, it saved everyone's career and Power Fantasy itself. John Bobson finishes 2024 undefeated, 15-0. Here's how the Tag Team Pyramid looks at the end of the year. We can now confirm that the second match for the anniversary show next month, alongside Hierophant Drongsal 3, is the Thermite Party versus the ex-champs for the ABT Team Championship. And now let's look at how the rest of the year is shaken up. On December 23rd, we have the Best Bouts presentation. Hold on, we're going to get a song transition here. This will be good for talking about the rest of the year. Big epic song, and now, let's vibe for a little bit. Come on. There we go. End of the year. Power Fantasy is saved. We should have a relaxing song to talk about this stuff. So, December 23rd, we're going to have the Best Bouts of the Year presentation. It's a video, it's just a recap video. And then the voting will begin on the 30th for the 2024 Power Fantasy Awards. We'll learn who's nominated on the 30th, and we'll find out who wins on the 6th. And then on January 8th, the first Wednesday video of 2025, we're going to just show the whole card of what's going to be on our anniversary show. Feature all sorts of high-profile bouts. We're going to try to make the best show that we can for you, because that's what we do here at Power Fantasy. We put videos out regularly, and we promise you even more great matches. And we have even more coming up for you in 2025. So thanks for watching. And, you know what? Just generally thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Wait for the song to fade out a little bit. Fuck you, Animates. Eat shit. Nothing's sponsored by Animates anymore.